What's up, guys? If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Also, please smash that like button on the video and enjoy the show.
That's almost a $200K car, and we was just whispering that he's not the dude. Oh, shit. Now they're asking me how to get on. This is 2010. They asking me, how can I get on with you?
And they know you're not
Put
dealing.
it together. They know I'm not dealing. Yeah, the Burnout Family Mafia, they're going. That Burnout Family, they're going. It's up. It's still going, but it's different players, but the game is still the same. I just couldn't go implement myself directly in that. So now they asking me questions. I'm that dude. I have the answers because all you have to do is look a little bit better than the student, and then you could be a professor, right? The professors now just look a little better than the students, although they're not that much smarter. They're not that much smarter, but they look like
Depends on the professor.
Depending on the, you know what I'm saying? Because I do that, and then now I do back and forth to Miami, Vegas. I'm balling, I'm gambling, start cheating on my girl, messing with random women. You know, it's expensive to be a player. I don't know what these dudes make it glamorize.
Oh, yeah.
They glamorize it on social media, but to be a player and have 4 or 5, 3 different girlfriends, that is expensive. They don't come cheap, especially when they know you have a girl.
It's interesting though, because like you've moved. Was there something in you that designated this as above and better? And this is the wrong word to use, but like more upstanding than drug dealing, so you rationalized it to yourself and said, all right, I might be breaking the law, but I'm not really breaking the law like that.
I tried that, and it only works when I'm drinking or smoking weed. I mean, you know what I mean? Because ultimately, if you get caught with this is a Secret Service. It's a federal offense. When you get caught with this, so I knew it carried time. Like
we just had one of those investigators in here.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So I the rationalization is only to make me sleep better, I guess. But I kind of knew it was messed up. But my one of my things I used to tell myself is, well, I didn't steal their information. I didn't do it. I just came up. I just get you.
I have to use it.
Yeah, and then the people who I was talking to, nobody was rooting for me to be great. It's like,
what do you mean?
I surrounded myself with people where it was like always some sort of competition of who can do it better. Yeah. Like, had I been around people who I end up meeting later down the line that'll sit there and tell you you're wrong, dude. It's nothing right about that, man. So you're going to sit here and try to convince yourself that shit is cool because, like, it might have forced me to take a step back. But all of these, the people who I'm around, go, let's go, ball hard. They like, they like, you know, you go to a club and a bar, you standing on couches and everybody got a bottle in their hand and you feel like you're just celebrating a championship.
It's a good feeling.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And then more liquor, more, you know what I mean? Weed, you want some Molly, you want a pill, it just turns into so much more toxic behavior. I mean, so I tried to rationalize it, but that shit didn't work. That shit just didn't work, man. I just was hoping I was able to get enough ahead to jump out of it, to jump out of it, which never happened.
What did a normal day look like for you?
Back then?
Yeah, like what was a business day? A day at the fraud office.
A business day at the fraud. So how did it go? Wake up anytime I wanted, but I still would get up early. Be the boss? Yeah, don't have to rush anywhere. Find out the play for the day, like who's gonna be on. Like I already know who's gonna do it. Like if 2 people, 1 person, and exactly what the job will consist of.
And what might a standard job be?
A standard job would be like, okay, we're not dealing with this Russia-Ukraine stuff. 3 cards, 2 people, get close to $70,000 worth of stuff. 60 to 70,000. Different stores. It's
different
a truck.
Zip codes, different days.
It was all case specific. So we want to go to affluent areas that won't blink an eye at what you're doing, though, because like you're gonna be going and it basically. So it's not every day though, because on a Monday or a Tuesday, nobody's going into one store to spend $12,500. Like on a Saturday or Sunday, like a busy shopping day, those are the days. So some days, all I would do is just kind of like chill, get my shit together, work on a plan, try to gather as much stuff as I can that I know will be used in the coming days. So that's what a typical day will be, preparing for those work days, because you got to think every
scouting
day.
Locations,
scouting locations,
what cards are going to be used,
GPS system, who's on it, car that can't be traced, mind you. So that's some of the hard stuff that goes in there. You can't use the same vehicles back and forth at all of these different stores.
Oh,
you
yeah.
can't do so. Changing the car. Where are they going to put all this stuff at? A cargo van? Buy one, rent one, rider. I'm using assumed identities to rent vans that won't link back to an actual person.
So you're getting fake IDs for some of your guys.
Because they weren't actually running the driver's license at these locations to even know if they were valid or not. So you can send a person into a location to rent a cargo van with an ID. Now they do, but then you can just go in there, you showing the driver's license and stuff like that, especially if it says out of state. They don't even know how to use international. Interstate systems. They don't even know how. So he's from Arizona. He's about to go and rent this cargo van for a day or maybe 2 days. Nobody ever checks. So planning. So I plan that, but I may not do nothing but on a work day. So we get the routes to them, give them a GPS, get them going, kind of have a list of what we want. And my buyers already kind of tell me what they want. Like, so at one point, Apple products was just really, really, really popular.
Who were your regular buyers?
Wow. Well, if I had to say, it'll be.
It's just you and me. There's no cameras.
Some international. It wasn't our people. It was more like Asians, Armenian, Indians, like people that keep large amounts of cash. They may be doing some export import. They might be having their own store to go sell at retail, like at higher margins. It was my I just actually had some Asians, had some good Asians with a lot of cash.
Got it.
And they were very, very private and personal and stuff.
And how would you communicate with them?
Actually, you go get it wasn't track phone. It was not a
burner phone.
Burner phone, like a little phone. They don't want to, or they're like one guy in particular. He owned a cell phone shop, so he would give me phones and then swap SIMs. Give me here, take this phone. You know what I mean? And he gave me. I learned good lessons from him also, because he taught me that sometimes being greedy is the main thing that's going to destroy you. And I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean? And he's like, you bring me all of this stuff. You're not the only one that brings me this stuff. I take far less margin off of each item, like 30, 50, 60 bucks, but I can sell as much as I want. I know how you guys get this stuff. And here it is. You're making $300, $400, $500 profit. You're making $1,000, but you won't make more than me because I do business different than you. He's basically like, you guys are greedy, but I don't care because I make my money off of it. Let's just keep this going until it plays out. Because you got to think, if he's a guy that can buy 100 iPhones a day, he has the cash on deck to buy them. And then he knows how to sell them to his network over a 1 or 2 day period to make 50, 60 bucks per and just keep this going. Then ultimately his weekly, monthly income margins are going to be pretty high because he's just quick in, quick out. Me, I'm like, I need 75% of retail value for these products. That's it. You know what I mean? He had no problem paying that much for it. And then I had other people who I would take stuff to, mainly stuff that they ordered.
How did you initially connect with those buyers? Like, you just found them online?
Nah, hell no. People know people. And then also forums. Forums were real big then. Like,
right.
I don't know how Google. No, it wasn't even Google. It was that Onion browser. Tor back then.
So this is what people were using to get on Silk Road?
Yes.
Were you doing some of this through Silk Road?
I didn't do Silk Road, but on Tor you can find a forum for anything. So on those forums, people that are looking to sell, buy items, this, that, then you tell them what area you're in. And this is like around a time when cryptocurrency and digital currency was all popping. Like I said, I knew about cryptocurrency, digital coins and tokens like before Bitcoin. It was like Perfect Money, it was Liberty Reserve. It was like so many other forms of payment that we used to use before Bitcoin came along. Then Bitcoin, of course, took over. Like I had Bitcoin at
$2?
Nah, hell no. It was like $89. I got it some. Anyway, I had it.
You still got that?
I had it in that's what saved me when I came out of federal prison to some Bitcoin. But it was like $89, $89 like in
good.
08 and
How many Bitcoins did you have?
I had back then I had thousands. I had so many of them because you gotta think when it was popping, I had 20 and 30,000 in it at the time, but it was all going out. It was going out, but I wasn't able to save but 8 or 10 of them. And
go ahead.
At the peak, like when it blew up, I was only able to save like 8 or 10. Like
so you at least still had that when you were coming out of prison.
That's the only thing. And you still have that now. Me. That saved. Well, I had to liquidate some of it, and then I had to liquidate.
What year?
That was 2018, 2017, 2017.
Well, actually, 2017 wasn't as bad.
It wasn't as bad, but I didn't think I would even have it. Like I was just didn't tell nobody. I was praying. I was hoping. Like I knew then it would be worth way more than what I had it. Like I was like, damn, wait. All I need to do is get in this computer, and it was there. I was like, damn. So,
did you have it on a hard wallet?
I had it on a hard. Yeah, it was good. It was good. I was so fortunate to go back then. So I didn't tell a bunch of people either. I didn't even tell a bunch of people about it.
Yeah, you don't want to tell them about that.
Hell no, because they were like,
Leslie, when was your dad buying this? Like how early?
2016, 17.
All right, so he was later. Okay.
Yeah. That still was big money because you got to think, I got in. I can go look back on my phone, and I know exactly where I was getting in at $89, $119 a coin. But you got to think, some weeks I'm spending $10K, $12K, $15K because if this dude is coming with some heavy work, like he like, all right, it's a package deal with $150 worth $150 spend. He's gonna guarantee me I could spend $150 or replace the card until I spend $150.
Yeah.
So everybody's gonna be, oh, you're a scammer, you're a fraudster. Okay, say what you want. I've been called everything, but I had a guy who can give me dedicated amounts, like on cards. Like, so it's $150,000 I can go spend. Well, he wants $27.5 cash up front, and he's gonna assure me I can go spend the $150. Now, what I do with this $150 when I spend it, I have to go get 75-80% of the value because I have to pay my crew, recoup the investment, and then move on to the next deal.
These guys, though, that you were buying for that you found on these forums, did you know their identities?
Not really. They never wanted to tell you that.
Of course,
I didn't. You meet a person in between. I met a person in between. Don't bring your workers with you. Like, don't bring them. Or not.
Like you'd meet in person with a go-between guy?
I would meet before. I have before. San Jose. He knows where San Jose is. San Jose, Milpitas. Every now and then, just a random person at a coffee shop hands me an envelope of cash. That's it.
So they would. So people from other countries would send over people to send you cash during an era where you're doing everything transactionally online with digital currency.
But they have people here anyway. Like, it could be a family member. If they have some people here, because I'm not the only one they're communicating with. Like, this is a guy I met in person. That Russian-Ukraine work, that shit hit. Okay, it hit. There's some people that made money off of that. I swear, it's a bunch of people on YouTube still giving tutorials and still milking that. That shit been over with, but they're still milking that about how they ordered 1,000 credit card numbers for $2,000 and they were able to go sell them and distribute them, which I tried some of that work too, but the problem with that was people were going to come back and be like, yo, only 2 out of those 10 work. I want a refund. So it's a hassle. You have to, it's almost like curb serving. It's almost like selling hand to hand. I wanted to be a behind the scene in anything that I was doing. I didn't want to be on a typical level. So like I said, so if it's a 150 spending, 120, 150 worth of spend, he's going to give me that spending power, but he wants pretty much 30 cash up front, Bitcoin. 30 in Bitcoin. Right. So this is how much Bitcoin I was buying at the time, but I didn't never know or think anything of it.
Who was your source again to actually get the cards?
Which one?
To get
it's
the
still
numbers?
The guy that I was in prison with.
Right. Okay.
It's still him. It's still him. But again,
and he's over there now.
He's over there, but we talking all the time. We what it's ICQ. So back then we using ICQ. It was another, what was this other one? ICQ, and then it was another one like Signal. It was a
Signal sounds right.
That wasn't. It was ICQ, and it was like ping. it was one more app like that you can use that was encrypted where you could communicate with people before WhatsApp and all of that. But ICQ was the main one where you can communicate with anybody around the world safely, encrypted, whatever. At least so we thought, and that's how we communicated directly. And then we would talk through there too. Once they added a phone feature.
Thank you for watching the video, guys. If you haven't already subscribed, please smash that subscribe button and check out this clip's full podcast episode by clicking here or in the description below.